originally in Spanish. Followers question: if the saucers, UFOs, only have gravity cancellers and at most magnetic engines, how can they be interstellar without toroidal engines? They do not have toroidal engines in terms of name and function. That is, a counter-rotating turbine that creates a strong toroid enveloping the craft, changing its entire molecular vibration from that of the point of origin to that of the destination. However, their magnetic engines have a toroidal effect over the entire craft, producing the same result. They can change the vibration from that of the origin to that of the destination. This is the reason why those craft are disc-shaped. Their saucer shape is not a matter of fashionable design. Rather, it is a form that distributes electromagnetic energy uniformly throughout the entire craft. The shape is critical because this class of disc-shaped craft has small and relatively low-powered engines compared with larger craft, which already have counter-rotating turbines. These larger craft usually have a blue exhaust at the rear, similar to a plasma jet. Because those engines are much stronger, they no longer require a disc shape to distribute electromagnetism uniformly. This allows for more complex and practical designs than a simple disc, which in truth is rather inconvenient, cumbersome, and limited in interior space. Therefore, the disc shape of this craft is not merely a design or style. It performs a critical function, without which the small craft would not be able to operate. The discs generally have only magnetic engines, ranging from 1 to several, although usually there are 3. These engines perform all functions, including movement, gravity, cancellation, and the frequency shifting envelope required for interstellar travel. However, they are now rarely used for interstellar travel because, although it is possible, it is impractical and dangerous, as has been stated before. It is like traveling by motorcycle from Finland to Barcelona. Possible? Yes. Enjoyable? Yes. But in terms of safety and efficiency, there are many better options. Therefore, the disc-shaped craft external to those used on Earth, the foreign craft seen in the skies, almost always come from a mothership in orbit, not directly from distant planets. So, with this toroidal effect you mentioned, they can already make jumps, correct? Then why is a strong toroid engine needed if this toroidal effect alone can allow a jump into hyperspace? It is the same principle, but with a different technology. They are 2 different technologies. Counter-rotating engines are considered a more advanced and reliable technology than magnetic engines alone. Magnetic engines are silent, while plasma jet engines can sound like fighter aircraft. However, plasma jet systems involve more advanced technology and have greater capacity to move large, heavy, high-mass craft over long distances.
Do you know why UFOs are often seen entering volcanoes?
They are mostly Andromedan craft, monitoring the area of the crater and the magma chamber. There are also lights caused by tectonic activity, which produces magnetic depolarization with the atmosphere when conditions are favorable. In addition, some intraterrestrial craft enter through that area, but this is unusual because they have other types of entry points that do not require volcanoes. Crop circles.
Today, yes, they are messages for humanity. They are the proof that we exist. They are right there in front of everyone, in everyone's faces, but governments suppress and hide the information as always. We cannot give people more scientific or scientifically verifiable proof until they have been able to digest the proof that already exists. At first, they were not meant for humans. They were a method of communication between ships. They were, and many still are, space-time position markers. Like an X, you would draw with white chalk when entering a cave to explore it, so you could find the way out. The circles are made in crops because they deteriorate very quickly. That way, a ship's crew can calculate how precisely it arrives at a specific date and time. They serve as a marker for returning to the correct timeline, or as a way to coordinate with another crew that will look for the pre-established symbol and the precise stage of deterioration. Today, they are used as proof for humans. It is a hello from us and from other races. The geometric forms are also designed to awaken the memory of the people who see them. They are triggers for awakening multidimensional consciousness. And lastly, how they are made. Very simple. We use a ship's tractor beam. All ships have one. It is the same device used to lift cows when they are abducted. It also works as a personal elevator to and from the surface, or for cargo. It is a concentrated gravitational beam of light that can be modified as needed. It is electromagnetically controlled gravity. With this, we can not only lift cargo up to a ship above, it also works as a printer on wheat or on ice and snow. I will just add, they can also be made from an unmanned drone. A whole ship is not needed to make them. Our drones are mostly spheres with a diameter of 110 centimeters. They appear luminous because they superheat the atmosphere around them due to the presence of an electromagnetic field from the engines.
Swaru, do you know why there are so many UFO sightings in South America?
Because it is full of negative bases. It serves as a flight route between Antarctica and the bases in the United States. This is a dry feet route, which is the flight designation for flying over land rather than over water, as opposed to wet feet. It is also a flight route for Federation fighter craft, including Taigetan craft, searching for targets of opportunity, that is, enemy craft. The area is full of bases, extending from Chile through Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and Panama, all the way to the United States, Canada, Yukon, and Alaska. Targets of opportunity means that the Federation fighter craft will conduct combat air patrol, CAP, over an area without a specific mission. It is simply there, hidden like a cat crouching behind the grass, waiting for a mouse, an enemy craft, to appear so it can attack and eliminate it. Sometimes they die. Generally, they eject from the craft and descend by parachute. Those who fly these craft are usually humans who are familiars of the reptilians. A familiar is the designation for a human or a group of humans working for the negative forces, the reptilians. Objects are constantly seen falling, and these are often described as space debris or similar phenomena. However, they are mostly downed craft, targets of opportunity. Question: what is seen when traveling at the speed of light? The answer you are looking for is nothing is seen. The wavelength of white or visible light approaching the craft from the front would, through the sum of velocities, shift into the gamma ray spectrum ahead of the craft and into the infrared spectrum behind it. Both are invisible. However, there is an intrinsic problem here, because for this to occur, a craft would have to be traveling at light speed by propulsion. That is, it would have to remain within the same space-time, using Einsteinian human terminology, as the light it receives. The light coming from behind the craft would not be able to catch up with it. Therefore, it would appear black. The light from ahead would no longer be white light. It would be high-energy gamma radiation. Neither would be visible. This can be observed when accelerating, but only while still at subluminal speed, and only for an instant. In warp flight, hyperspace, nothing is seen. Everything outside is black. In warp, you are not in the same space-time as the place from which light would originate. Shuttles and science vessels. There are two basic types of shuttles: the classic discoidal all-purpose shuttle or private ship, and the general-purpose cargo shuttles that have many shapes and forms. Some look like small vans with no wheels, similar to Star Trek shuttlecraft, and others will have the shape needed for its job. Some have a flat top to carry large objects. Others have a crane on top, using magnetic, gravity, or classic winch, cable, and hook configuration. Others may have any shape and equipment according to their job and purpose. Tanker shuttles, special repair equipment shuttles, medical ambulance or rescue type, just as you have on Earth all kinds of work and specific purpose vehicles. The only real difference here is the generalized use of gravity-canceling engines. Some working with zero-point reactors that can be very small as to fit in your hand, and others may work directly getting their electricity from the planetary wireless grid, Tesla-type wireless energy transmission as known on Earth. I don't have examples at hand about how they look. I would have to conduct a search. The main difference between a shuttle and a ship is the size of the craft. A shuttle can be used and then kept stored away in a hangar or garage, when a ship is larger, and people may be able to live inside it, as its interior and life support is fully equipped. No one can live in a shuttle, or not more comfortably as living inside a car or a van. A very good example of a flat-top crane-equipped work shuttle, as seen in the movie Alien Covenant. Science vessel. On the exterior, a large science vessel looks the same as any other of the same class. For example, Ventra looks just like Tuleka, being that Ventra is a science vessel, and Tuleka is a dedicated warship royal yacht. Science vessels and other ships of the same class look the same outside, with little differences. The main difference is inside. The equipment, such as laboratories and large areas for experiments, and all what is needed to conduct them. As for Tuleka and Ventra, they look the same, except for its frontal sensor boom that is painted bright red in Tuleka and bright yellow in Ventra, and the name on the side, as well as the nose art and symbols, of course.